Welcome to Exponential News, your daily dose of what's happening at the edge of the exponential age. We break down the latest in AI, crypto, space, and frontier tech so you don't miss the signal in the noise.
All right, let's dive right in. We're going to start with the tech that's, well, it's probably already in your pocket, or maybe even in your ears, and it's about to get a whole lot smarter.
So first up, picture this. You're traveling somewhere new, right? And with just a simple double press on your AirPods, you're suddenly having a totally seamless conversation with the local who speaks a completely different language. No more awkward Google Translate app fumbling. This isn't science fiction. It's the future Apple is apparently rolling out, turning its AirPods into your own personal real-time translator.
So how does this magic actually work? Well, it's a pretty clever split. Your iPhone does all the heavy lifting, the actual brain work of the translation. Meanwhile, your AirPods just handle the audio, piping their words into your ears in your language and your words into theirs. It's a really slick two-way street. Now, this is a big strategic play by Apple. They're trying to catch up to what Samsung and Google are already doing with their own earbuds. But here's the catch. You might need one of the newer iPhones to get it, because it'll probably require Apple's latest AI, what they're calling Apple Intelligence.
Okay, so while Apple is making our conversation smarter, other companies are making the AIs themselves vastly more powerful. And a perfect example of this is Anthropic's AI, Claude. It just got what you can only describe as a massive memory boost, and it's completely changing the game for what this thing can do. And when I say massive, I mean it. The scale of this upgrade is just staggering. The AI's context window, which is basically its short-term memory, has jumped 5-fold. We're talking from 200,000 tokens to a full 1 million. Now, tokens are just pieces of words, but to put that million token number into perspective, that's like having the AI read and analyze an entire 700-page book all at once. Wild.
A leap like that totally transforms what's possible. You can now throw an entire software code base at it for review, or have it synthesize, dozens of dense research papers in a single prompt. This is a huge move for Anthropic, especially as they're chasing a mind-blowing $170 billion valuation. And it's fueling a boom so intense that experts like Andrew McAfee from MIT are saying they've never seen wealth created this fast in over 100 years of data.
And look, that quote from McAfee, it's not just hyperbole. It is backed by some absolutely jaw-dropping numbers. Check this out. $2.7 trillion. That's the total combined value of the world's 498 AI unicorn companies right now. We are smack in the middle of an AI gold rush, and it's literally redrawing the map of global wealth.
And this boom is having a very real impact on the ground. It has officially made the San Francisco Bay Area the new billionaire capital of the world. They've just pulled ahead of New York, and it's no wonder, after they raked in $70 billion in AI funding just this year.
But it's not all just about creating wealth. AI is also being pointed at some of humanity's biggest, scariest problems. I'm talking about drug-resistant superbugs. In a really incredible breakthrough, researchers used an AI to dig through the DNA of ancient microbes. We're talking stuff found in extreme places like hot springs and deep-sea vents. And by sifting through all that ancient genetic data, the AI actually discovered a brand new way to fight the kinds of bacteria that cause over 1.2 million deaths every single year. This could be a whole new frontier in medicine.
All right, so let's shift gears. We're moving from the lab to the open road and beyond. We're going to look at how the race for the future is heating up in brains, cars, and even in the wild world of quantum physics. And yeah, this battle for tech supremacy is absolutely playing out on our roads. And this is a big one. Tesla just got the green light, a full statewide permit, to operate its driverless robotaxis all across Texas.
This is huge because it sets up a direct showdown with Google's Waymo right in Austin starting next month. The news was big enough to send Tesla's stock jumping over 5%. Now, Waymo is already on the streets there thanks to a partnership with Uber, but Tesla's coming in hot with that statewide permit, and they're hoping that's their ticket to fast-track autonomous ride-hailing into the mainstream.
And speaking of rivalries, they definitely don't stop with cars. The competition between Sam Altman and Elon Musk, it's moving beyond social media posts and into our brains. Seriously. We're talking about brain-computer interfaces. Sam Altman's new venture, Merge Labs, is now officially challenging Musk's Neuralink.
Of course, Neuralink has a much higher valuation and has already implanted its device in actual patients. So it's a real David versus Goliath situation.
So while these corporate giants are battling it out for market dominance, entire nations are in a race for geopolitical advantage. And in that race, China just made a massive move, breaking the global record for quantum satellite communication.
They managed to establish a secure link that stretches nearly 13,000 kilometers. That's all the way from Beijing to Cape Town. And here's the really crucial part. This tech uses the laws of quantum physics to create encryption keys that are, well, they're physically impossible to eavesdrop on. You can't hack it without breaking the laws of physics. This is a huge, foundational step toward building a truly global, hack-proof quantum internet.
So while nations are building these incredible hack-proof networks, the world of digital assets, of crypto, is busy building something just as important, brand new financial rails for the future. A perfect example of this just went live. It's called SUI Pay. And the whole idea is to make crypto payments just as easy as swiping your credit card, but with one massive difference: no middlemen. It's all happening directly on the SUI network. And this really gets to the heart of the problem they're trying to solve. You know the old way, right? It's all banks, credit card companies, a bunch of intermediaries, which means delays, the risk of chargebacks, and fees that can eat up to 10% of a merchant's sale. The new way, with something like SUI Pay, is totally different. It's direct, peer-to-peer. That means the settlement is instant, there are no clawbacks, and the fees are practically nothing.
And you can bet the big institutional players are taking notice of this ecosystem. Grayscale, which is an absolute giant in crypto investment, just filed for 2 brand new trusts, and they're tied directly to key infrastructure projects on the SUI network. When a company like Grayscale makes a move like this, it's a massive signal. It's like they're building the on-ramp for major institutional money to flow in.
Coinbase is making really similar moves too. They're launching their second stablecoin bootstrap fund, and the whole point of this is to pump more liquidity, more capital into the DeFi ecosystem, placing it directly onto major protocols. They are actively trying to strengthen the financial rails of this whole new economy.
And finally, this adoption isn't just happening in the usual places. It's going global. Get this. Kazakhstan just launched Central Asia's first ever spot Bitcoin ETF. And look, this is not just some symbolic gesture. This is a real, regulated, physically backed and insured product for investors, managed by Fonte Capital with custody from the trusted firm BitGo. It's a huge step that really cements Kazakhstan's role in the global crypto world, letting them leverage their big position in Bitcoin mining to now build sophisticated financial products on top of it. So after all that, it really leaves us with a massive question, doesn't it? We've got AI, we've got quantum computing, and we've got crypto, all accelerating like crazy, all at the same time. So which one of these exponential shifts do you think is going to be the one to reshape our world first?
That's it for today's Exponential News. To dive deeper and see how we're building in public, visit exponentialtom.com and join our community.